Fight, robots, fight.
Away we go.
Ooh.
Wow, Usagi is a nasty robot. I mean, this thing hits hard and it hits precise. Very, very powerful.
Here we go.
And that's the hit. What a piercing blow.
And a suplex. Two suplexes.
Oh, Cyrenaic is... The damage to its undercarriage is enough. Look at the entire backplate has been torn out, holding on by a thread.
Whoa.
And another big, big hit. The dent in that titanium panel, Dima. What a way to end a match.
Ah, it's so cute.
Operation behind. Could this be it, Dima?
This is an opportunity.
A great shot in the top panel of Eruption, and a second great shot stuck in the top. Oh, no spin on that weapon out of Eruption. Great shot to end it in a belt coming off of Eruption's drive side as well. Wow.
A very confident entrance from Gummy Shark, but a termination shot as we've seen it all day, able to get under its opponent. Look at that brutal hit. That is a one-hit KO, robot fans. This is a wild battle, only having one of its two rings. Oh!
That's in there.
Gotta hurt.
That seems like a kill shot to me.
That is as kill shot as you can possibly give. Look at that strike.
Seems like all those winning robots had one thing in common. For a chance to win something pretty special, stick around to the end of the video. Hey there, this is Seth Schaefer from Just Cause Robotics. I pioneered the very first hub motor ever designed from the ground up for robot combat with the RDY-5536 shown here, which you could see on Division on the poster behind me. This motor was the very first ever combat robot hub motor you could just buy off the shelf and stick onto a robot, and it really changed the game in the world of combat. I followed it up with its successor, the RDY-5022 Mini. This is an ant-weight size motor for 1-pound robots, whereas this bigger brother is really for beetles. However, this motor has proven so durable and reliable, it's made its way into a lot of the most competitive beetle weights in the country, especially hammer saws that stick it to an arm and try to whack it down onto the lids of their opponents and pierce through their batteries and other electronics. With the success that this motor has seen in the 3-pound weight class, with the most recent NHRL Pro League, every single hammer saw there was using this motor, I decided it's about time to develop a version that maybe is even better for that style of design. And that's what brings me to the main subject of today's video, the HMR-5022, or Hammersaw Edition 5022. This motor is designed from the ground up for single-armed hammer saws, and it has quite a few changes to try and make that application a little bit simpler, easier, and more robust. But this is just a beta product, and I am happy to accept feedback on it to make the next version even better. Because while this is a first-gen product, I'm up to version 2.1 of the 5022, and I'll also talk about what upgrades that motor received coming up shortly. And of course, I'd be remiss if not to talk about one of my newest innovations, the hub motor drum known as the SCARAB. This thing is an absolute unit, and all three of these motors are available to purchase right now from justcauserobotics.com at the link in the video description. Let's begin with the tried and true 5022 Mini. This is the version 2.0 5022 Mini as it was used on my Antweight Sonic vertical spinning bot, where it was mounted on both sides of the robot like you'd typically see in Antweight vertical spinners. And this is version 2.1 of the motor, an iterative design that makes a number of small changes that I think will make this even more durable and reliable, but it doesn't change the blade compatibility or the mounting compatibility in any way. So as far as you guys are concerned, these are essentially the exact same motor, and parts can be easily swapped between them. The main functional difference with this motor is just that it has a more durable aluminum outer hub, better magnet retention and epoxy on those magnets, and a significantly beefed up stator wire epoxy retention so that these wires do not get yanked out even when they're being thrown asunder by a hammer saw arm or get whacked accidentally by your opponent. This motor is pretty much the exact same size and weight that it was before. It's just going to be a little bit better in every way, and it comes to you at the exact same price. I've changed the outer hub from 6061 aluminum to aerospace grade 2024, which is what a lot of airplane landing gear is made out of, because 2024, unlike 6061, is designed for high stress, high fatigue, and high impact environments. So it should hold up even better over time than the already great 6061 version did. The inside of the motor also has a few little updates, like I said, to make the magnets less likely to break, and you can still buy outer hubs and swap them if you do end up breaking a magnet without having to buy a whole new motor. Now let's talk about this one, the new one, the HMR. So the HMR-5022 uses the exact same stator and the exact same magnet ring with all those improvements, and it's still using a 2024 aluminum outer hub. The main difference with this is how it mounts and also the positioning of the blade. So if you look here, the blade is positioned pretty much dead center on the 5022, the RDY 5022, and it's offset towards the mounting face on the HMR 5022, and that is to make it so that if you have a single arm hammer saw holding the motor like this, there's as little torque reaction as possible every time the blade actually hits something, trying to lever and twist the arm. So that should allow hammer saws to hit even harder and put more of the energy from their hits directly into their opponent rather than into twisting their own arms. It also should make the motor a little bit more durable because there's less offset load on that first bearing, which is going to be taking a more direct, straight up and down path of forces through it. I've also added a through bolt. So there is now a 6mm through shaft hole for a shoulder bolt, and this shoulder bolt that you see here will be included with each one of these beta motors. So I made a batch of 25 beta HMR motors, which are available right now on JustCauseRobotics.com. Each one will come with a 6mm by 30mm shoulder bolt, and this allows you to structurally tie this to the arm on your bot. Now, a lot of people have been buying the original 5022s and drilling through them to add a shoulder bolt like this for hammer saw applications. So since I saw so many people doing that, I figured I'd just make that modification out of the box for the hammer saw edition of the motor. And that way you can have a really nice and strong mounting, even though there's only 4 screws on one side instead of 8 screws with 4 more on the other. That said, I already got some feedback from some of the hammer saw users who are using the current 5022 that they want to bring those screw holes back on the other side. So the next version of this, I'll probably add those back just in case people do still want to do a dual arm setup. But this motor really is intended for single arm because it has that blade offset for all the reasons I just described. Otherwise, same exact motor power as the 5022, RDY 5022, same stator size and everything. Now the RDY series motor is available in 1700 kV and 1100 kV. The HMR, because I only got a small number of them made, I just made in the 1700 kV for now, but that might change in the future if there's more interest and people want more of these. With all of that out of the way, I've also got the 5536 here. Now this one is one of the older versions, but the latest version of this motor that'll be coming in just a couple of weeks will have those same updates I talked about as the 5022. So the outer hub will be changing to a 2024 aluminum alloy. It'll have better magnet retention, better epoxy on those magnets, and that way it should be even more durable than all the previous versions of this motor, but again, no compatibility changes with all of the blades and mounts that you've been using so far. Last but not least, I made a hype reel video about the SCARAB, but I'll just go over some of the details about it here as well, because the SCARAB is one of the products I poured my heart and soul into for like an entire year before it's come out, and so far I think the reaction to them has mostly been bated breath, waiting to see more of them actually fighting until people are willing to drop the money to buy one. Because yes, they are a little bit expensive, but that's because I spared no expense in using the best quality materials and manufacturing techniques possible to make every element of this motor. If you want to learn more about this, I'll just direct you to the hype reel video that I made and posted about a month ago, and you can check that out in the description or hopefully the card above. So these are also available for sale right now at JustCauseRobotics.com. Now, obviously a hub motor is only as good as the weapon that it's carrying. So when you're actually trying to dish hits out to your opponent, you need the right blade. And not every robot needs the exact same blades, which is why people have all sorts of crazy and awesome looking blade designs. This is what I call my ripsaw blade. It's a 4-inch effective diameter, and this one I specifically designed for hammer saws because it's only about 2 to 3 millimeters thick, depending on where I'm sourcing the steel from. I've also made some horizontal spinner blades that are good for ant weights, like this 5-inch diameter symmetric design, and of course the tried and true sledge hog that Sonic uses. And I also have my promo blade that's used on the SSP kit, and I just recently designed this bigger version for the bigger brother 5536 motor, and this is the most recent blade that's now available from my website. In general, I've actually designed 30 total blades for all the different hub motors, actually more than 30, and all of the blade designs are available for free on my website. They're actually linked to a GrabCAD page, but if you go to the website store listing where I'm selling some of those blade designs, you can take a look at the CAD repository, download any of the blade designs you want, and you can go to any outside vendor that you'd like to get them made. But I sell a few of those designs on my own website for a little bit cheaper than the onesie twosie price that you might get if you go straight to Send Cut Send, for instance, just to try and make things a little bit easier for those of you who maybe don't have a CAD program to pull up the files or don't have the same kind of CAD design experience that I've had for the last decade working in 3D modeling as a mechanical engineer. One last thing, to celebrate 14,000 subscribers, I've also made a custom special motor. These are the chrome-plated, well actually electroless nickel-plated 5022 Shiny Edition. These are 1700 kV motors. I've got 25 of these limited edition motors made, and these will only be available for a very limited time for sale. But right now, I'll be giving away the first 5 to those of you watching this video. All you have to do to get one is make sure that you like the video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below telling me how you would use this motor in your next bot. I made these in part because some people were also complaining about the orange coloration on all the motors not necessarily going with their bot's color scheme, so you could also let me know if you have a really sick idea for a robot that really doesn't go well with orange for some reason, if you especially want one of these, and I will pick 5 of the top comments to send a motor to for free, or maybe if you just pay the cost of shipping. Don't forget also, if you really can't afford robot parts right now, but you'd love to support the work that I do, you can always subscribe to my Patreon down below where you will get early access to all the event recaps that haven't yet been posted. You get to see all the fights right when they happen, and I'm working on a little bit of more behind the scenes content about an open source specific project that I won't be able to talk about until after open source happens. But I plan to post a few behind the scenes videos exclusively on Patreon moving forward. So make sure to check out Patreon in the description for that. That's all I've got for you guys today. Goodbye.